If you're like me, you have binged and enjoyed Netflix's The Sandman, and you have realized that Neil Gaiman is truly a master of storytelling. Neil Gaiman has done such works as Good Omens, American Gods, a personal favorite of mine, and now The Sandman, which is currently on Netflix. Hi, I'm Tia from Geek Vibes Nation. I am back with another Tea Time with Tia. It has been a very long time since I have done one of these. I have been busy, admittedly, as I'm sure so many people have been, but I am excited to be here to speak about the Sandman, specifically one of my favorite characters in the show, and certainly one of my favorite actors, Boyd Holbrook as the Corinthian. Now, I see Boyd Holbrook finally getting his due by many fans online for his portrayal of the living nightmare, the Corinthian, for the Sandman. And while I am certainly happy to see people actually familiarize themselves with Boyd Holbrook, and I am not here to gatekeep at all, I do need you all to know that Boyd Holbrook has been around for a while, and I am glad that you are now part of the Boyd Holbrook fan club. Boyd Holbrook has been acting since 2008 when he appeared in the movie Milk. He first started as a model before turning into acting. And let me, my comic book fans, you should recognize Boyd Holbrook as Donald Pierce from 2017's Logan. We all know Logan was a masterpiece, and you should kind of recognize Boyd Holbrook because he also played a villain with glasses. I will put a picture up here to remind everyone. But yes, again, welcome all Boyd Holbrook newcomers. I absolutely think Boyd Holbrook is an underrated actor and certainly slept on. I think that people well, there's so many phenomenal actors in Hollywood right now that it is hard to kind of keep track, but you should definitely keep track of Boyd Holbrook. Not only was he on Narcos, which was personally one of my favorite shows, you could check that out on Netflix. He played the real life agent Steve Murphy in the first two seasons of Narcos, which he was absolutely phenomenal with. He played that alongside Pedro Pascal. So you can check that out as well. Again, I'll put a picture here of that. So again, if you're going down the journey where you want to discover more Boyd Holbrook because you thought he did an absolutely phenomenal job as the Corinthian, which he certainly did, then allow me to kind of tell you what I think are the best roles that Boyd Holbrook has played. Now, of course, this is just my opinion, and if I miss any that you personally love seeing him in, please let me know. So let me bring up his Wikipedia just to kind of make it a little easier for myself. As I said, he started off in 2008 Milk, but you should also, as I said, he started in 2008's Milk, but you should also check out projects of his such as The Skeleton Twins, Little Accidents, A Walk Among the Tombstones, Run All Night, which he starred alongside with Joel Kinnaman, another personal favorite of mine. He also was in this really good movie called Cardboard Boxer. Now, before Logan, he kind of did a lot of movies that kind of flew underneath the radar. We do have Logan in 2017, which a lot of us comic book nerds kind of regard as one of the best comic book movies of all time, me included. And he was phenomenal as Boyd Holbrook. Not Boyd Holbrook. Wow. He was phenomenal as Donald Pierce. Also, he was in The Predator, which didn't get admittedly very good reviews, but if you're trying to look at his filmography, certainly one to check out. He was also in Netflix's movie In the Shadow of the Moon, which I do admit would have worked better as a TV series, but I don't think that's his fault. I think it's just the structure and the writing of it. Anyway, as I said, that is for the movies. As far as the TV shows, now I think that his TV shows is where he really shines. In 2012, he was in the three-part miniseries for the History Channel, Hatfields and McCoy, where he played Cap Hatfield. If you've never heard of the infamous tale and feud between the Hatfields and the McCoys, it's kind of very much in American history. His portrayal of Cap was kind of more of a fictionalized version of it, but I still think he did a good job, especially in that second and third part. As I said, he was in Narcos from 2015 to 2016 in the first and second season. I think he did a really good job in that. And he was also in Quibi's The Fugitive. Now, Quibi, of course, was the very short lived app. But if you have a Roku, you can actually find all of the titles from Quibi on it. And as much as Quibi was trashed, I think there's a lot of good shows on Quibi. So you can actually find The Fugitive on Roku. And I am going to do a little bit of bragging and say at the time of The Fugitive, I did do a phone interview with Boyd Holbrook. It it was the phone. I wasn't a face to face, and admittedly, back then the technology that GVN used to record our interviews with actors was not my favorite. Regardless, I will put that down in the description if you just so happen to be curious of it. But obviously his most recent project is The Sandman, where he played the Corinthian. Think he did a great job. I absolutely love seeing how much of a substantial role he had, how he was able to really sink his teeth into the role. No pun intended, or was it? Neil Gaiman is the creator of The Sandman, which was Neil Gaiman is the creator of The Sandman, which was a DC comic book run. My colleague, Michael Cook, wrote a really phenomenal article on the connection between the TV show and the comics. I will link that below, as well as my review of the TV show. It has 10 episodes. While the Corinthian is not in every single episode, his story arc certainly stretches along all 10 episodes. And I think that personally, my favorite episode of his is episode 9. I certainly want to see more of Boyd Holbrook as the Corinthian in season 2 of The Sandman. If you know me, I think that American Gods is one of the best and most underrated shows of modern times that got a lot of unnecessary heat, in my opinion, and I'm not here to get into it, but it is nice seeing people actually enjoy a Neil Gaiman TV show. Of course, that has largely to do with the fact that Neil Gaiman was so heavily involved in The Sandman as opposed to American Gods, which was kind of out of his hands, but that's neither here nor there. As you know, I will pick any excuse to talk about American Gods. But anyway, it is nice to see Neil Gaiman so hands-on in the TV show, and you can tell that the actors were really enjoying their roles in the show. And I just think if you've not checked out The Sandman, you certainly should, because not only is Boyd Holbrook amazing as the Corinthian, but there are so many amazing characters, storylines, visuals, and all that jazz. But yes, there he is again, Boyd Holbrook, and those were some of the shows and movies that you should check out if you're just getting to know who this actor is and you want to go through his filmography. Personally, whenever I get into an actor, I like going through all of the shows and movies that they've been in to kind of see what their range is. I think Boyd Holbrook does a great job in ranging from the good guy to the bad guy, and everything in between. So I do look forward to more of Boyd Holbrook's career. And as I said, I do hope to see more of him in The Sandman whenever we get a season 2, which I hope is soon. Again, please make sure that you like and subscribe to Geek Vibes Podcast. We are always posting new content. I am not sure when the next time I will be able to post a Tea Time with Tia. Things have been kind of hectic on my schedule, but I would like to kind of get back to everything just because making videos is a lot of fun. And it is nice being able to voice my opinion without having to really structure it in an article, though I do enjoy writing as well. But sometimes it's nice to kind of toss up the media that you're actually producing content with. So if you like this video, please let me know. Please like and subscribe, comment down below. I will post, as I said, my review of The Sandman show, as well as Michael Cook's, one of our phenomenal colleagues, his comparison between the movie and the comics, as he is very familiar not only with Neil Gaiman's work, but the Sandman comics in general. Thank you again, everyone, for making sure to check out Geek Vibes Nation and to watch this video. And I will catch you guys later. Bye.